Thank you, Mommy. I want to start by thanking the mayor for rearranging it next week. That's, of course, it's so important to have the head of the family when we go before a sister legislature. And so, Mr. Mayor, I really appreciate that, and to our chairman and to Michael Brown and to all of our colleagues. You know, this is a journey about self-determination and self-respect, and it really is the product of a byproduct of the work I started about 10 years ago. When I joined what was formerly, it had a different name, but is now called the National Legislative Association on Prescription Drug Prices. The mission of this organization has redounded to the benefit of the citizens in our city through reduced drug prices and greater access. And what I've learned, what we've produced here in the district and shared with other states, and what they've learned and shared with us, has been a great value every day to the lives of district residents who rely upon and need access to affordable and high-quality medications. But along the journey, I came to know the other members of the state legislatures, and every time we had a chance to talk about it, I would mention, they would talk about the Association of State Legislatures, and I would say, remind everyone that we are not yet a state, but we should be. And it didn't become a running joke in the sense of a ha-ha, but it became a running source of raising their consciousness to the point where we changed the name of the organization really to reflect the fact that we're not a state, but every member of the legislature, of the other legislatures, made a point of treating us like one. And so it's an example that if we act as one, we will be treated as one. And this city has contributed every bit as much to that association in terms of talent and treasure as any other state. But along the way, I came to meet Cindy Rosenwald, who represents the Hillsborough district in New Hampshire. And as I believe the mayor mentioned, 4 years ago, we went to New Hampshire on a resolution that she introduced for voting rights. And what was fascinating in that resolution, that Representative Rosenwald had the temerity to point out her 2 United States senators that had voted against the voting representation in the House. One was Senator John Sununu. And believe it or not, it got so under his skin that there was a resolution in his state legislature, condemning his vote, that it actually unnerved him. And so, he went on to lose the election that year, and I think that's a great precedent for people who oppose basic democratic rights in this country. And I hope it's something that we will continue to do, because we ought not be respectful of people who don't respect us and who want to take our money, send our young people to war, and have no consideration about whether or not our voice is at the table. But I want to say Cindy is just one of the people. She is our champion. We would have had that resolution passed but for a New Hampshire snowstorm that deprived a 2/3 quorum. Actually, a majority of the legislature voted for it, but in the absence of a 2/3 quorum, the vote did not count. So I just want to say how much I appreciate her efforts once again, and the efforts of all of the members of the body and the citizens who are going up there. But this is not the end of the story. As Michael Brown, Councilmember Brown will tell us, we will be going on to other states, but if I could, I just want to highlight, I think the value of our respective participations in state legislatures. Not only do we have a friend in Cindy Rosenwald, but we have a friend in Kevin Ryan, who is the deputy majority leader in the Connecticut House. We have a friend in Pete Shumlin, who used to be an officer in my organization that I chaired, who's now the governor, believe it or not, and a foursquare supporter of voting rights and I know statehood for this city. We have a friend in Sharon Treat, who's a former majority leader of the Maine Senate, who's now back in the House because of term limits. One after another, if each of us put a laboring oar in the water, we can educate these opinion formers in the state legislatures who will have, and who I believe do have our fate in their hands because of the tone deafness at times of the national legislature. So this is really quite an exciting journey that I think we're going to be taking. And as I say, it's a journey of self-determination and self-respect on behalf of our residents. And I just want to say how pleased I am that everyone is participating. Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you.